I went into the dressing room to talk to you beforehand and possibly see you naked. And it's a thing I do to put my guests at ease. No, I burst into your dressing room and we were talking and we started talking about road trips. Because I didn't know this. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to love to take road trips. And I understand that's a thing of yours too. You love taking a road trip?
I do love road trips, but I like to take road trips and I treat them like extreme sports. Like, I like a really crazy road trip.
Like, just describe what that means.
I mean, I took a road trip once with a few friends, and we rode small 150cc Vespas from Los Angeles to the bottom of the Florida Keys with nothing more than we could strap to the Vespas, like tents, sleeping bags, that stuff. And then we didn't pay for lodging once.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you broke into motels and stayed there illegally?
No.
That's what that means to me when I didn't pay for lodging. That doesn't mean I camped out. That means I broke into nice hotels.
By the way, because of all these hearings going on, I now know to say, no, definitely not. Definitely not. But we did end up sleeping in the backyard of an abandoned house at one point, because we had these rules. Like, you couldn't spend any money to sleep anywhere, so you had to either count on the hospitality of strangers, which was kind of like shady sometimes, or sleep wherever you could.
Here's my question. The Vespa you described, that's loaded up with equipment and stuff like that, with that tiny little engine that they take from an egg beater. I'm guessing that's a top speed of what? If you're on a highway, is that like 35, 40 miles an hour?
Oh, yeah, you're not going on highways. Yeah, no way. You're on, like, small roads. Like, I mean, with all the gear, you could probably hit 50 if you had, like, a nice tailwind and a downhill.
Yeah. Not many people put a sail on their Vespa.
Desperate times.
Okay, so you're driving around, you see lots of, when you take a road trip, you see a lot of fascinating things, and you said you brought a picture. I have not seen this, but you brought a picture of something you saw that sort of tickled your fancy a little bit?
Yeah, you know, you find weird things when you're out on the road, and I recently took a road trip kind of along Route 66 for a little bit, and yeah, you find odd things. Great shops. My only regret was that I actually got there after...
Let's take a look at this picture. It is fetishes and earrings. What do you think is happening there?
I missed it by about half an hour, and I'm so pissed.
What do you think that could be? Andy, you've been there. What's it like?
Well, when they say fetishes, that's a Native American... It's like a Native American
I see,
charm.
okay.
It's like
It doesn't mean like... they're sniffing your feet in that place.
Right.
You know, it's like...
Then I will never go there.
But we now know what Andy's fetish is.
You just revealed it.
Other people sniffing my feet. Wow.
I used to love taking road trips, and I would do the same thing. I would try to drive as long as I could without going to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big thing with me.
How far can you get on your gas tank before you have to
Well, it depends on what I'm driving. You know? But for a while there, I had a 1973 Plymouth Valiant. And those things guzzle gas. They're pushed forward by shooting gasoline out the back at great force, and that's what propels the car.
Yeah, I got a truck that I drive when I do my road trips, and like if I'm by myself and I don't have anyone who's like, hey, can we stop, like that kind of thing, I try to get a minimum of 3/4 of a tank of gas before I stop to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Which is a long time.
You can also, there are a lot of ways to go to the bathroom in the car, and I don't want to get specific, but I think you all know what I'm talking about.
I'm curious because I have no idea what you're talking about.
On old cars, there's an ashtray. I thought this was something everyone was with me on. Clearly, I went too far. I actually took a road trip once with my brother. This is while I had this show. And I took a road trip, and I stopped off at an A&W. We were in Montana. We stopped off at an A&W root beer, like fast food place, and we ate there, and they recognized me, and so they wanted pictures and stuff, and they were really nice, and I think I was really nice to them, and I left, and then later on, they put up a sign. You know, they have those signs where you can put up a message. They put up a message, and what I loved about this message was the spelling of my name, and that it's kind of, I know what they meant, but the way they phrased it wasn't quite right, and I have a picture of it they sent me. Thanks for stopping Conan O'Brien. It's like... That just always made me happy.
They're in desperate need of a comma.
Yeah, I know. They just one comma. I would have sent it to them. But it made me really happy. It made me think, like, and I'm sure other, like, truckers were driving by. It was pretty remote, but I'm sure they're like, well, I'm glad someone did stop.
Finally.
That orange-haired clown.